The Orlando Pride are having a historic season, currently undefeated for 23 matches, and have just won the NWSL League Shield for the first time. The Pride have already secured their playoff spot. The mastermind behind the success has only been a first team manager for 2 years. Seb Hines came on as interim manager for the latter half of the 2022 season when Amanda Cromwell was replaced on administrative leave. Hines was given the permanent position of manager in the lead up to the 2023 season and has signed a new contract over this summer through the 2026 season. This begs the question, though, who is Seb Hines? An Englishman, Hines came over to the USA to play for MLS side Orlando City. For 3 years, he played as a center back for Orlando before eventually retiring. From there, Hines volunteered as a coach for the youth program at Orlando, eventually making his way to an assistant for NWSL Pride in 2018 under Tom Sermani, who is currently Australia's interim coach. Hines began his full-time position as an assistant in 2020 under fellow Englishman Mark Skinner, who's current Man United women's coach. When Hines was put into place as interim coach in 2022, it was a tumultuous time for the Pride, as well as the NWSL. The Yates report was soon to come out, with findings incriminating many top managers and organizations around the league. The Yates investigation commenced on October 2021 after numerous complaints and reporting on issues across the NWSL. Head coach Amanda Cromwell was put on administrative leave in early June 2022 at the recommendation of the NWSL and the NWSLPA. Pride leadership placed Hines as interim coach to see out the remainder of the season. It's important to note all the turmoil at the club and the league at the time. Recall, Hines has no experience as head coach of a professional club and only a couple years' experience as an assistant. Hines had a tall order in front of him: try to salvage a losing season and study a toxic environment set forth by his predecessor and enabled by the league. Cromwell oversaw 7 regular season games and 6 Challenge Cup matches for a total of 13 matches in 2022. In those 13 matches, the Pride only mustered 2 wins, with 4 draws and 7 losses. At the time of Cromwell's departure, the Pride were 11th in the table. They only had 12 teams at the time. The Pride ended at 10th to conclude the season, but had clawed their way up to 8th under Hines and maintained that spot for 6 weeks until finally succumbing and sliding down the table in the last few matches. With the conclusion of the 2022 season, the Pride leadership quickly offered Hines a contract to be permanent coach the following season. The 2023 season ended with the Pride missing out on the playoffs due to goal differential. Although the Pride and Gotham ended the season with 31 points, Gotham took the final playoff spot after winning 2-1 against the Reign in the last regular season match. The improvements from the season prior were visible. The Pride went from trying to avoid ending last on the table to narrowly missing out on a playoff spot by the eventual champions that year. With only 5 wins in 2022, the Pride ended the 2023 season with 10 wins, doubling that from the season prior. While the Pride were in the midst of this rebuild, it was not without its cracks and challenges. They ended the 2023 season with 11 losses and 1 draw. Perhaps this new style and culture was too brave and expansive. The 2023 season began with heavy losses for the Pride, but mid-season saw the squad hitting their stride, winning more than half of their matches, 6 out of 11, with one of those a 5-0 win over the Chicago Red Stars. The 2024 season has only 3 matches left in the regular season. Orlando sit at the top of the table unbeaten in 23 matches. They've already secured their playoff spot, only the second time in club history. In 2017, under Tom Sermani, the Pride made it all the way to the semifinals, losing to eventual champions Portland Thorns. So how did Seb Hines, with little experience leading a professional squad, get these results? There are a few core pieces to Hines' success. Identity and culture. As noted, Hines came into a tenuous situation as interim coach. First up for the young manager was to set a new tone for the squad and club. This wasn't done in a silo. The organization also restructured, getting rid of general manager Ian Fleming, and committed more resources to the Pride for player development, analytics, scouting, and medical. In addition, Hines has said the team began to see themselves as more of a collective unit rather than individual players. Hines wasn't soft on the players, often having them do double training sessions. He credits that grueling schedule to contributing to the bonds developed amongst the players. Early in the 2024 season, Adriana stated how happy she was about a win because we earned it as a team. In a November 2022 interview, Hines states he sees himself as able to provide some stability to the club. He lays out his vision for the Pride, emphasizing an identity, saying, We can create something that everyone can be proud of, everyone can be excited about. Hines wanted to give the players, the club, and the city something to be proud of and get behind. Grit. There was a notable grit to the Pride in closing out the 2022 season. In the same November 2022 interview, Hines clearly defines this as an attribute he wants in the squad: have more grit, more determination, play with no fear. Over the course of the 2023 and 2024 seasons, these attributes have become apparent. The fearlessness of the squad was seen in the 2023 season, where they only had a single draw in the regular season. The team went out each game from the get-go intending to win, not seeking out a draw to gain a point. In a recent interview released by the Pride in May of 2024, it is laid out by Hines how he set a task for the team to avoid conceding late goals, particularly not allowing goals past the 75th minute. He asked the squad to dig in and find the determination to grind out matches. At the time of this writing, the Pride have not conceded a single goal past the 75th minute in regular season. To highlight their grit, in 2 of their draws, the Pride came back after conceding early goals. Against Louisville, they conceded 2 and came back to score 2 of their own and get the point. In the match against Angel City, they also conceded an early goal, but through their grit and determination were able to get the equalizer, again scratching out a point from the match. These were both early season matches in March this year. Team defense. Hines is a former center back, so it's no surprise he sees the importance of a solid defense. Hines made it clear this isn't just a goalkeeper and back line, but the midfield and the front. A team defense. Everyone is expected to contribute and do their part. The players are proud of their defensive efforts, and the results are there for the 2024 season. The Pride have not lost in 23 matches, and they've conceded the fewest goals at only 13. That is 5 fewer than the next lowest club, Gotham, who has conceded 18. If the Pride can end the season conceding 3 or fewer goals, they will have set a new record in the NWSL for fewest goals conceded in a regular season. Since the implementation of the NWSL in 2013, the current lowest goals conceded is 17 by the Courage in 2018 and the Thorns in 2021. The Pride also have the highest number of clean sheets in the league at 13. If they can secure one more clean sheet in their final 3 matches, they will set the record for the most clean sheets in regular season, surpassing Portland Thorns' 2021 season at 13. With Hines' emphasis on committing to defending in the box for the entire squad, the Pride seem well poised to get at least one more clean sheet to set the team record. Seb Hines is young and has begun his coaching career setting records. He was the first black head coach in the NWSL, and now he's led the Pride to their first NWSL Shield. With only 3 matches to go, he is quite likely to lead the squad to a record for fewest goals conceded, most team clean sheets, and possibly the first unbeaten season in NWSL history. What more will we see from this young manager? Do you feel Orlando can end the regular season unbeaten? I kind of hope we get to see that. Let us know down below what you think. If you enjoyed this type of content, please like and subscribe. Thanks!